the content page and your editors that details later, they'll still be able to rule development's site. Because of RDB uses the network. And the only people that were completely down for a significant amount of time were those actually doing query against the database, like filter stuff on page. Those are the only people that would even notice it was down. Then they would get a nice revenue message saying down. So really cool functionality like that. Yeah. Also domain charting. I don't know what that is, but if you've ever been to a website, that's a good one that does it. But any domain site does domain charting. If you're you register like ABC second domain with subdomain, so you can have CDN, ABC stack, what you do is basically spreading that content across multiple subdomains or multiple subdomains of a different domain. If you want to do that, or you may want to consider doing that, web browsers have a limitation to take back to an origin server. Chrome is the industry standard across all the browsers, but Chrome can only make 6 concurrent DC connections back to an origin server by domain. So obviously, if you're serving all your stuff off your origin of one domain, it can only use at a time. Now, change into then but until speedies or HTTP2 is really, that's still true. Per domain, you can only get 6 connections. So by spreading your content across multiple domains that you control and own, that browser, your Chrome browser, for instance, I'm using 2 shards, including my original. So I'm using 3 subdomains. Now there's a limit to that, and there's an article you can probably Google it and find it quickly on domain charting where there's a sweet spot. Mobile devices don't like have download that many concurrent things at one time. So you really, I think the sweet spot is 2 to 3 shards. Beyond that, you mentioned return, and in some cases on mobile devices, you actually get really bad ones. Security, most CDNs provide protection because, or most of the traffic at least, is going through their network before they hit you. They have the opportunity at their edge network to, for instance, provide DDoS protection. Flooded by a global, DDoS attack, they can detect it and take care of it on their network. It never gets back to your backend network. Now, that's theoretical. In most cases, it does end up getting back to you at first, and then in some cases, you actually have to tell them that you're being DDoSed, but they make it very easy to do that. But as soon as they realize you're being DDoSed, they can dev null that traffic. They can let good traffic in, but keep the bad traffic off your origin and protect your server. So basically, keep your site up. And actually, Cloudflare is known to have thwarted some of the biggest DDoS attacks today, in the hundreds of gigabits a second, which is huge. You get TLS. So if you don't have or can't afford an SSL connection, for instance, a lot of the CDN providers will provide through what's called SANCERT SSL for you. Now, I'm not going to get into the security implications of just doing that. I'd really recommend you spending money. Actually, it's getting really cheap now, and this year, November. Is it November? No, I'm blanking on the name.
So let's encrypt.
Let's encrypt. Yes, perfect. It's a conglomeration of companies that got together and said, you know what, SSL should be for everybody. It should be free. And it's going to be automated. Now, it's got limitations. So if you're a big, complicated site, you may or may not be able to use it. But for most sites, small, medium, even large sites, if there's infrastructure simple enough, can use it, and it's free. Now you don't get like DB service, you get standard SSL service. SSL, protecting data in transit. You're protecting the privacy of your own eavesdroppers, for instance. So CDN providers can give you SSL at different levels. If you have no SSL at all, can't afford it, don't want to do the Let's Encrypt thing, it's too complicated, they can do it out of the box for free. And then they also support all the way to full-blown strong end-to-end encryption. So, you know, they can give you SSL to their edge network, but then from their edge network to your origin, it's unencrypted. So your site, no changes at all, could look like it's using SSL to your end users. Now I recommend at least a self-signed in that situation, because like Cloudflare supports self-signed where you're still getting in transport security. It's not the most secure because with a self-signed security, you know, there can be a man-in-the-middle attack. It's vulnerable to that. So anyway, so they do provide transport layer security. They also can provide spam protection, so they can run apps on the web application like it's spam things. Someone actually can have common traffic on your site. They'll detect common techniques and block them before they use it. They can protect you from aggressive crawlers. The master dependency you go in, you can get huge savings if you're paying for bandwidth, which pretty much everyone is these days. Cloudflare is they don't charge for RAM, so everybody should just be using them. Because they don't work for everybody, is why I'm saying that. And you require that they manage your data. That's one of the downsides of this movement. But it's also how they work. So, but so you could do origin bandwidth savings. Well, you will get origin bandwidth savings across all CDNs. You get significant origin bandwidth savings depending on which CDN you go with. The reason why you're going to get those savings in general is because at the point where distributed cache. They're caching all your content on their